is what you're doing, but also you're jumping like years ahead of where the science is and like possibly causing yourself bodily harm. Like that's so I can't imagine wanting to ingest parasites to sort of, or I don't know, like
Yeah, it's also one of those things where like a lot of this is a lot more easily achievable than that. Like, my girl,
yes.
drink some
Take
kombucha.
a probiotic, like
Take a
geez.
probiotic. Have a little yogurt, baby girl.
Yeah,
Like, come
yeah.
the fuck on. I mean, okay, so the gut microbiome thing, I think, has a lot of really decent data to suggest that it is
Hmm.
legitimate. Like, there's a fecal transplant from like positive microbiota host
Yes.
to someone else, which is exactly what it sounds like, folks. That is when you take someone else's poop from their butt and you put it in your butt, and then your butt's like, I know how to do this now. Your
Yeah.
butt learns.
Well, on the opposite end, in mice, we've seen that was one of like the big things at the pain conference I went to last year,
Mm-hmm.
a fibromyalgia model from using in mice, which I think is one of the first fibromyalgia models of using
Mm-hmm.
like poop transplant essentially.
Yep. Yep. Uh, the other thing is, there's different microbiome um, things that happen whether you were birthed vaginally or by cesarean section that you can't change for the rest of your life. There's
Mm-hmm.
just like, I think there's three major strains of microbiota that I might be using microbiota wrong. Three major strains of biota.
Yeah, maybe.
Um, a gut bacteria at the
Yeah.
very least that come from that you can't
Mm-hmm.
get unless you were birthed vaginally. You just can't. Like there's no way to kind of give yourself that, which is yeah. Anyways, boner gel. There's a boner gel ad that ran on Twitch all last year, and the ingredients in it are basically just vegetable oil. And the key selling point is that they use to sell it is clinically proven like adaptogen. Let me tell you a little fucking story about how I bet you if you put anything on a boner and rubbed it in, your boner would get better. Like, get some fucking Jergens, my guy. Like,
Get
what
some
are these?
lotion.
It
Sorry.
rubs the lotion on the
On
like
the
come
boner.
on.
It rubs the
On
lotion
the
on the
boner and the
boner.
boner gets bigger. That's we've known that for a long time. I just it's so wild to me that some people will be like, "Oh yeah, that's the stuff I need to rub on my dick to make it bigger because when
Some
I rub other
ketchup.
stuff on my dick it just stays normal." Like no. No it doesn't. I don't know. I anyways.
Sorry. Anyways, sorry. I'm really just laughing because like old man like, this was a while ago. I'm so far behind in chat, but old man Felonius was like watching these streams and got a Twitch ad for evidence-based skincare products. And I'm just like, we're gonna
Does it really? Stop. What
yeah.
evidence based? Okay, I'm fine. Everything's
No, no,
fine.
no. I mean, dermatologist recommended is probably evidence-based skincare to some degree. Like, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I think the thing that happens, especially in marketing, and you
Hmm.
see this particularly in the States,
Hmm.
more like speaking as someone that's watched television a lot here and in another
Hmm.
country, much like you have, is you can say things that aren't technically not true. And that is the misinformation of it all.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
actually that's disinformation. And there is a way that you can say like scientists agree that vitamin C is good for your health, so we've put it in your shampoo. Like
It's like
and sure, yeah, the front end of that sentence
makes
is
sense. Yeah.
not endorsed by
Yeah.
medical health professionals.
Yeah.
The latter half, like and you can see the little leap that they make, but they bury it so quickly and doctors say that this is good, so we put it in your lotion for your boner. And no one
I feel like
thinks to check
wouldn't that like
did
burn? Like, what if you have a little like cut? Like, you put vitamin C in your boner cut? Oh god. Oh god. On a mucus membrane? Oh god. Oh god.
yeah, don't do that.
Don't please don't
It
do that.
puts the lemon on the dick where it
Yeah,
gets the clothes
legit.
again.
Oh god.
Anyways, evidence-based is another misappropriated term. Adaptogens, all of these pseudoscientific terms that are or scientific terms that are used by pseudoscience communities to make it sound it's legitimizing. It's fucking awful. and I don't care for it. Um, yeah, yeah.
Evidence-based
Fecal transplant
marketing.
stuff is kind of mind blowing. Don't know what to think of it yet, but there's some startling claims that I don't necessarily discount out of hand. Many such claims. Uh, there's real data to support this, like expansive data to support it. You just have to, you can't just be moving poop around. It's a clinical thing. You have to do like appropriately, but there's
Yeah.
robust data to suggest that.
My one of my colleagues previously was telling me though that while she was having like actual gut issues, like she had like chronic diarrhea or
Mhm.
stuff, doing a fecal transplant is like so weird and uncomfortable. Well, fecal test and then fecal transplant because like often you have to like literally like go like you either poop in a toilet, whatever, and then you have to like take a little scoop and like put it in a Tupperware container to like bring to the doctor. And it's like I
Yeah.
can't even imagine. That would be so ridiculous.
You know, I don't know. People be doing that for their cats all the time, right?
I
Scooping
guess
poop
that's
and
fair.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
that's fair. I mean, but yeah, that's fair. You know what?
It's
It
something
feels
that I
different.
think it's stigmatized. Yeah, it does. I mean, knowing that the poop has been in another animal, another person, another anything,
Yeah,
I don't know.
distressing.
Normally, I get condom gambling and coffee for hockey moms ads, none of which are useful to me. The skincare thing is the first time it's happened on Twitch. I blame the stream titles, not a criticism of these streams. No, 100%. You're getting algorithmed. That's why, because I think coffee enemas and wellness and health and stuff like that. Yeah. Clinically proven would fall under that snake oil salesman terms now. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Do you really think so?
Okay. It's not a protected enough term
That's
that
fair.
you couldn't. I could
It's
say that it's clinically proven to put cream cheese on your forehead to get rid of wrinkles, and it just simply wouldn't make it true, right? Like it's
I mean, there's
much.
what?
It might work. Put the beef tallow on it.
Yeah, the beef tallow, exactly. I
It's
mean,
one of
I
those.
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah. You go.
maybe it is like the new natural or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like I guess it yeah, like it really depends. I would have to see it in or out of context. I mean, yeah, like people talk about like acidic versus alkaline like
Oh my
water
god.
and stuff like that.
Oh, that
Didn't
makes me
I
want to
send did I
vomit
feel like
on
I sent
Twitch.
you a screenshot of like an alkaline water at one point and I was like this we need to start doing vulgar science again just because of what
Yeah, I think you did. I think you did.
But
It's
like yeah.
it's much like when people say that they're life coaches and psychotherapists and counselors instead of saying psychologist, because you can't call yourself a psychologist legally without being
A
admitted
clinical
to a
psychology degree.
licensed board of clinical
Hmm.
psychologists. And that's why they have to make up close approximations of that. And I think if there were rules about saying something is clinically proven, and a mandate to not use that phrase in a misleading way in order to gain profit, then yeah, I would feel a lot more comfortable saying like clinically proven is clinically proven. But if it's clinically proven, show me,
Yeah, that's
right?
fair. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Show me. And if it truly is clinically proven, that should be very easy. But I'll stop in a second. Proven also doesn't happen in science. We don't prove things.
That's
We
also
disprove
true.
the null. So
Yeah.
any scientist worth their salt is never going to say
Like
prove.
yeah, it's fair.
So
That's fair.
T.
Mic drop.
Beep.
Uh Old Man Felonious talking about having to give his poop to the government. Love it.
I love that. Safely
uh,
for handlers of the material. Yeah. I mean, that's, I like that they do that. Making medicine accessible, making medicine that's associated with things that people might find embarrassing to talk about or
mhm.
interact with an actual clinician about is important. I mean, having telehealth medicine and accessibility, that's important. I think that's important work. So
This link that this NBC News. Look at this. Parents are poisoning their children. I'll share the screen.
I think Rafael Iron Chef joke about, as opposed to those of us that have to wait for tax season, is an undersold joke. That's actually quite hysterical. Good job, Rafael Iron Chef. Appreciate
Wait, what? I'm missing something.
it. Rafa Iron Chef responded to Old Man Felonious and says, like, because he has to mail
Oh,
because the government
I
is poop,
see.
he's like, as opposed to us that have to wait for tax season, man, am I all right?
I love
And
that.
I like that. Okay, parents and oh yeah, I need to open this myself.
With bleach to cure autism. Okay, so like this actually brings me to like this really interesting article that I found, which I mean, we can probably attribute this to sort of like Maha esque Maha esque like just stuff. That's the only word that's coming to my mind right now is stuff. But like politicizing of health essentially is I think what's important. And sorry, I'm getting my shit rocked by my computer. Um so there's this really interesting article which I will drop a link in the chat because I think it's super relevant, but it talks about the people, like the demographics of people that are like listening to this like this sort of rhetoric, and so and then also just like what they're listening to essentially. So the key takeaways is that 4 in 10 parents identify as supporters of the Maham, which is insanely high. I'll be so for real. I was really hoping it was gonna be like 2 in 10, max 3 in 10, but like four. That's yeah, like we're getting close to 40%. So that's wild. A coalition that includes between 3 in 10 and 4 in 10 parents across gender, whatever. Blah 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 blah. Most of them obviously were are MAGA. They were like MAGA supporters, and then it kind of drops down as you go into like just normal Republicans and then like independents and like Democrats. Um, they echo vaccine skepticism. They're anti-vaccine in the middle, but a fair amount actually still keep their children up to date with vaccines. But then they're also saying that the CDC recommends too many vaccines for children, and to me, I'm like, the CDC is the health authority. Why are like, what do you mean that you're? And that's super interesting to me because I know that COVID obviously brought a lot of this up, and Alberta is like sort of this like very Americanized like province in Canada. But like vaccine history has always been tracked in universal healthcare spaces. So Canada immunization records have existed forever. And actually California is the only state in the US that tracks like because they have a little bit more of a socialized medicine system that tracks individuals like immunizations and their health history and stuff like that. For people who live anywhere else in the US, you have to track your own health history. You have to keep track of your own immunizations, and which is
That's
just
wild.
right? I had to realize, like, I had to figure this out in college because I found out that I was like late for like a tetanus shot, and I was like, I'm like 20. I don't know what I was supposed to get this extra tetanus shot, but then I had to like go to my former pediatrician, obtain a record of my former immunizations, and then like just keep that with me in case I ever had to like go to the doctor and like maybe get re-upped on any kind of shots essentially.
Right.
Whereas like the Canadian government keeps track of that for you. It's in a centralized database system. So you go to your family doctor, you go to any doctor, and be like, oh yeah, like you need to like X, Y, and Z needs to occur at this timeline. And I mean presumably in California as well, if you like have lived here your whole life. So yeah, and again, it's just such a like I know that I'm sure that there is a global aspect because everyone thinks vaccines cause autism now, but like it's such a like US thing of like vaccine tracking is like the government interfering in my rights. I'm like there are plenty of countries who've been doing that for years and years and years.
Well, also, you could the simple solution to that is make it an opt-out system. If you want to opt out of keeping track of it, then let them opt out. Sure,
Oh, of
go ahead.
keeping track. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like it's your private information. I'm not going to step on any of that. That's your right to your private information. You
But
get
I
to
mean,
decide if you
then
want to accept the cookies
but
or
you're are
not.
you but you're not opting out of getting them. And I feel like that's also like the
No, I think that
yeah.
that is preposterous. I also
Yes.
would like one of the points that you were reading off, and I couldn't find it in the
Mhm.
text because I didn't want to. Um, but you were saying is they think that children are recommended too
Yeah,
many
it's right here.
vaccines.
Mhm.
So how many is too many? Like, what cutoff would if